Huge Manchester United transfer update. Now, we know the January window closed yesterday, but there's been some new updates, some crazy updates from Manchester Evening News, particularly though from David Ornstein, and we're going to get all into the latest Manchester United news. But before we do, please do subscribe. Please just do subscribe, leave your thoughts at the end of the video, and yeah, any questions that you have surrounding Manchester United target for the summer, just put them in the comments and I will answer them. So let's get straight into it now. Manchester United's summer transfer window may not be as crazy as some expect, but the club has plenty to address. Central midfield is obviously a top priority, especially after Casemiro confirmed departure, and leading to links to Carlos Baleba, Elliot Anderson and Adam Wharton. Left side attacking roles are something of a focus as well after missing out on Semenyo and Rashford and Sancho set to leave. Defensively, Harry Maguire's future is uncertain. That's his option. This is his option, yeah. He's due to leave with no new contract news, and defence remains a key area. Then the new head coach, potentially Michael Carrick or someone else, would be one of 2026's biggest stories. Early signs under Carrick have sparked hope among fans at the club, however embryonic, but as always, action will speak louder than words. So, some huge transfer updates there, and we know, listen, there's all going to be a lot of talk now about the summer window. That's what's going to be the main target for Manchester United. Who are we going to bring in the summer? Who do we want to sign there? Obviously, the transfer window being closed. Now, there are some interesting things to address there. We know the midfield is a priority. How many times are we going to say it? David Ornstein's confirmed every outlet. We know that is a priority. We've been linked to Baleba, Wharton, Anderson, these sorts of top quality level players. And I think that is the main priority. Obviously, left-sided players is something that's been linked about as well. And this is what Richard Fay had to say. I think he works for the Manchester Evening News. He said, Manchester United will look to sign a left winger this summer to bring in better balance to their forward line after they sold Rashford. After they sold Garnacho, and Rashford is expected to leave permanently. RB Leipzig, Diamonde is one of the early interested club for that position. They could also look at a backup goalkeeper and potentially a fullback as well. So listen, obviously the plans for United in the summer are going to be big. And now obviously this is all spin, obviously. We don't believe what's going to happen until we see it. But that is what is being reported. And it's no coincidence that as soon as the window has been closed, that United's kind of summer plans, that they're going to have a big summer, they're going to have a huge overhaul. It happens every summer, it happens all the time. But listen, some interesting things there. We know Casemiro is going to leave. What he did say is, Harry Maguire's future is uncertain. This is his option for a year. He's due to leave with no new contract news. So could we potentially see the end, or have seen the end of Maguire at United? For me personally, I did a video last week talking about how I would give Maguire a new deal, reduced terms. I think he's a good player to have around the club. I think his experience is invaluable. With already losing a big senior player in Casemiro, having someone like Maguire around, especially for the younger players like your Heaven, your Euros, your Kokonki's coming through, but also as a decent option in games, because I think he still is a decent player. So yeah, that's that. Obviously, left-sided players, we know Sancho's going to leave this summer, Rashford's going to leave as well. Obviously, Semenyo was just an opportunity in the market that United went for. I mean, obviously United don't value Cunha as that and don't believe he's probably the best player in that left 10 or that number 10. That left-sided player, they see more as a number 10. Which is interesting in itself. I do believe Cunha is not a natural sort of left winger compared to someone like an Amado or Mbeumo on that side. I mean, you look at some of the wingers in the league, he's not a Semenyo or a Doku or a Martinelli or a Trossard. I think he's better players than some of them, but in terms of what a winger needs, I just don't think Cunha is that. So United do obviously want a left-sided player. There's obviously going to be that whole sort of conversation about the new coach as well, who that is, whether that is sort of Carrick or someone else comes in. So listen, it's going to be a big summer as it always is. Obviously, we will have you covered on this channel for any breaking news, any news stories that come out. We have the 12 p.m. show, we have the 7 p.m. show. I'm looking to bring the live streams back at some point, but yeah, that's the latest news at the moment. Some crazy stuff going on. There's plenty to address in the window. I'll probably do a keeps our loan, to be honest, as well in the next few days. But listen, Manchester United, it's going to be a big overhaul, a big task for sort of the hierarchy at United, and they have to get this window right. They're going to have to be some big decision made. Onana's got to go. Bayende, in my opinion, has got to go. I think Heaton I'm happy to keep, and potentially we know Le Monde is going to be the future long term, so I'm happy with that. At the moment, defensively, as I said, Malacia for me should go. Obviously, Dorgu being out, he stayed in the January window. But Malacia for me should be someone we're looking at to go. Potentially even a Diego Dallo in midfield. Casemiro, Ugarte. Casemiro's leaving, and Ugarte has to go. In my opinion, and that gives you two options to bring in. Attack wise, listen, Rashford's gonna go, Sancho's gonna go. I don't think anyone else would go in that position anyway, and I don't think we really need to strengthen. Obviously, Højlund will go on a permanent. That would give United some money. So, yeah, listen, that's kind of the January transfer window plans. That has been confirmed by David Ornstein on Sky Sports. But yeah, it's going to be certainly interesting. Now, again, we know the midfield overhaul this summer. While United will look to aim to strike the best possible deal, they may acknowledge that landing a Prem-proven star may require a club record transfer fee. Elliot Anderson is viewed as the dream midfield target. I mean, I don't know how many times that is going to be reported, but we know he is the priority signing. He's the one Manchester United want. He's the sort of guy that United want to bring in. He's a top quality level midfielder, got world class potential, if not already. So yeah, we will have to wait and see what happens with that. But listen, that has been your latest Manchester United news. Let me know your thoughts. We'll talk more later. I think I'm going to talk a video about Le Mans later, because this goalkeeper has been fantastic for Manchester United. But yeah, that's it. No, obviously, signings in for United. We've got quite a few players on loan. Amasi's gone on to Norwich City. Toby Collier's gone. Ethan Wheatley, Brian Keary, Jacob Devaney, Sam Mather, Joe Hugo, Reece Bennett. So, listen, there's been some loans, a mixture of permanent deals in there as well. All those players we obviously wish all the best. But big transfer window expected for United. My expectation, as I said, would be to bring in 2 or 3 midfielders, potentially a backup goalkeeper, a left back, and a winger. And that would be a successful window. But again, we all know the successful window and all the things that we want going into window most likely not going to happen. But we will have to wait and see. Let me know your thoughts. Peace.